Good evening and welcome to Ignite News on 6 at 6. It's Monday, November 3rd, 2025. I'm Rana Nakram. Thanks for joining us. Here are the headlines. The 13th Parliament held its first sitting today with Mansoor Nadir re-elected Speaker and Dr. Vishwa Mahadio of the PPPC elected Deputy Speaker. Attorney General Anand Law says government expects more extradition requests in the U.S. case against Nazar and Azzuddin Mohammed. Berbice Expo gave entrepreneurs a platform to showcase creativity and promote brand Guyana. And a sudden storm in Lima on the Essequibo coast has left at least 30 residents homeless. The 13th Parliament of Guyana officially convened for its first sitting today at the Arthur Chung Conference Center. The session saw Mansoor Nadir re-elected as Speaker of the National Assembly. Nadir, who first entered Parliament in 1992 and served as Speaker from 2020 to 2025, was nominated by Prime Minister Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips and seconded by Minister of Parliamentary Affairs Gil Teixeira. With no other nominees, Nadir was returned unopposed and took the oath of office, promising to continue guiding Parliament with fairness and experience. For Deputy Speaker Dr. Vishwa Mahadio of the PPC, defeated We Invest in Nationhood Win Party candidate Tabitha Sarabo Haley, winning 36 votes to 17. Mahadio's election reflects the governing party's continued majority in the Assembly. The inaugural sitting also included the swearing-in of newly elected members of Parliament. 36 of those members are from the governing PPC, 16 from WIN, 12 from a Partnership for National Unity, and 1 from the Forward Guyana Movement. The re-election of Nadir and appointment of Mahadio marked the start of a new legislative chapter, setting the stage for policy making over the next 5 years. President Dr. Irfan Ali has welcomed and congratulated all members of Parliament and urged them to engage in robust and constructive debates on national issues. Speaking during an interview today, the Guyanese head of state said that the next 5 years will be transformative for Guyana.
What you will see is the action plan, the actionable agenda, the framework that will be presented and of course, debated on how we're going to achieve these targets. What are the programs and the policies we're going to pursue to increase disposable income, empower people, build prosperity.
He also responded to critics who claimed that the government was delaying the convening of Parliament to facilitate the extradition of WIN leader Azzuddin Mohammed.
It is tactics used now to generate sympathy, to generate victim syndrome for Azzuddin Mohammed.
President Ali also confirmed that he will soon address Parliament in a substantive session once all administrative matters, including the swearing-in of members of Parliament and the election of the opposition leader, are completed. He said his address will outline the government's vision and strategy for positioning Guyana as a strong, resilient, and sustainable nation by 2030. Guyana Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, Anand Lal, says the government expects more extradition requests in the coming days as the country continues to fulfill its international legal obligations. The Attorney General was speaking during an interview with the National Communications Network, where he confirmed that the extradition request for Nazar and Azzuddin Mohammed was made officially by the United States government in accordance with an existing treaty.
The request came in from the United States government yesterday, the 31st of October, under the hand of the Secretary of State of the United States, Mr. Marco Rubio, and under the hand of the Department of Justice.
Nano emphasized that the process is entirely legal and not politically influenced, rejecting claims that the government has a role in determining who faces extradition.
For anyone to think that the government of Guyana can influence such high-placed authorities in the U.S. government in terms of extradition or any process, you have to be of fanciful thinking.
The Attorney General added that Guyana is duty-bound on its international treaty commitments to respond to legitimate extradition requests made through proper legal channels. He also confirmed that the Mohammeds, who were sanctioned earlier by the U.S. Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control, had long been aware that the request was forthcoming, but it was delayed due to the election cycle.
They knew that it was supposed to come earlier, but the American government thought that they shouldn't do it during the election period.
While Nandalal refrained from naming others, he confirmed that additional extradition requests are expected this week. as Ghana continues to uphold its obligations under international law. He reminded that no individual, regardless of position or political affiliation, is above the law or exempt from facing justice. The government is considering a $2 billion drying and storage facility in Region 2 to improve rice production efficiency and cut waiting times at mills. Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa said the facility is expected to store up to 3 million bags of paddy. Speaking to farmers at the Anna Regina Secondary School, Minister Mustafa reaffirmed the government's commitment to the rice sector, noted that over $838 million has been invested in Region 2 to increase yields, reduce production costs, and maintain stable prices. Farmers have also benefited from fertilizer, chemicals, and transport subsidies to offset rising global costs. Rice yields in the region have risen from 5.5 to 6.5 tons per hectare, with Ghana producing a record 725,282 tons in 2024 and targeting 810,000 tons in 2025. Minister within the Ministry of Public Works, Manala Ramraj, highlighted improved transport logistics, including moving over 200,000 bags of paddy across the Barajagdo-Demerara River Bridge and additional ferry trips via the MV Hercules. Farmers say the support brings relief and optimism for Essequibo's rice industry. The Essequibo Coast has hit a major renewable energy milestone with the commissioning of a US $10.4 million 5-megawatt at peak under-naming solar farm. It is Ghana's largest hybrid solar plus storage facility. Equipped with a 7.5 megawatt per hour battery storage system, the farm provides stable, clean power to thousands of Region 2 residents, storing daytime energy for use after sunset. Prime Minister Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips hailed the project as a national achievement in Ghana's clean energy transition. Alongside a soon-to-be commissioned 2.3 megawatt facility at Charity, the region's total generating capacity will rise to 22.3 megawatts, reducing diesel use, costs, and emissions. Funded under the US $83.3 million Guyana-Norway partnership through the Inter-American Development Bank, the project supports the GuySol program's 33 megawatt solar goal. IDB representative Lorena Solorzano praised its innovation and social impact, including training women in solar PV installation, while regional leaders highlighted its transformative benefits. When we return, local entrepreneurs shine at the Berbice Expo. Region 6 sets its sight on a tourism boom, and a storm leaves dozens homeless in Lima Village.
Fuel it up and drive, Super 95. Fuel it up and drive, Super 95. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guy Oil's Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guy Oil's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive.
Welcome back. Local entrepreneurs showcased the best of Brand Guyana at this year's Berbice Expo. For local entrepreneurs, the Berbice Expo was more than a sales opportunity. It was a chance to showcase their creativity, resilience, and the potential of Guyanese businesses on a regional and international stage. The Ghana Office for Investment's Brand Guyana campaign set the stage, offering guidance, training, and support to help make local products export-ready.
We are promoting our brand Guyana. Under this theme, we are promoting locally manufactured products. All locally manufactured products. These products are made by our local producers, and we support them by working with them to make their products export-ready.
For Alison Gilead of Alison's Hair and Skincare Products, her business began with a personal mission.
Basically, how we started, it's just us, myself and husband, fulfilling the need that we had for our firstborn son, who, when he was just a baby, he was diagnosed with atopic eczema. And because of that, that was how we ventured into our skincare line.
Mitford Ward of Wardy's Agro-Processing said value-added production helps farmers stay afloat and extend their product shelf life.
Many times with farm produce, there's a glut in the market where prices are slashed very low and it's no longer profitable to the farmer. And there's another time when items are in short supply. So I thought of processing these products, adding value to them, and thereby having them still available when there's a shortage. Because when they're processed, you have a longer shelf life.
Devon Gilead also showcases natural honey and beeswax candles, products that blend nature with artistry. He thanked Go Invest for the opportunity to display his work. Another exhibitor, Alita Creighton, shared how she turned a school project into a thriving business.
When it all started with a school project back in GSA, we had to create products, and the innovation just came to me to decide to expand on the agro processing. So basically, I import my packaging materials, but the raw materials used to make these things, I make them from scratch.
For these entrepreneurs, the Berbice Expo was a platform for growth and global visibility. Go Invest says it remains committed to helping small businesses expand and take brand Guyana to the world. Still in Region 6, officials say the area is still on track to become one of Ghana's leading tourism destinations, thanks to the strategic location near the Suriname's border and new efforts to diversify the economy. That's according to Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, Susan Rodriguez, who spoke at the recent Berbice Exposition and Trade Fair, held under the theme Harnessing New Wealth, Modernizing Traditional Sectors for Sustainable Economic Development.
Region 6 is poised to become one of the major emerging tourism sectors, not only because of your proximity to Suriname, where we have been in discussions with the Surinames and the Suriname Hospitality and Tourism Association there to craft a multi-destination tourism package between Suriname and Guyana, for which Region number 6 is strategically poised, but also because your government has been making strategic investment to diversify our economy and to decentralize business activities across the regions.
Tour operators in both Guyana and Suriname are already offering packages that combine experiences in Georgetown and Paramaribo with nature tours, cultural sites, and cross-border trips. On August 1, 2025, the two countries signed a Memorandum of Understanding to boost bilateral tourism under the Three Guyanas initiative, paving the way for seamless multi-destination travel across the region. Minister Rodriguez said these developments will not only attract visitors, but also create new economic opportunities for communities in Region 6. Moving to Region 2, a sudden storm struck Lima new housing scheme around 8 a.m. today, leaving at least 30 residents homeless and causing widespread destruction. Powerful winds and heavy rain tore off rooftops, flattened homes, and damaged belongings in just minutes. Resident Deodat Samdat said his home was severely damaged, injuring his wife and destroying items worth nearly $10 million. Abdul Hafiz Halil and Kambawati Suganandan also lost everything. Sugnandan described how the roof was torn away as her sick husband and granddaughter cried helplessly.
This is my home. The rain fell this morning and it's like all the things for the home. So my children, books, everything went up.
In the aftermath, neighbors and villagers came together to offer shelter, tarpaulins, and emotional support to the affected families. Regional officials, including Chairman Devin Mohan, Vice Chairman Humesh Udit, and Deputy Regional Executive Officer Omer Seznarain, visited the area to assess the damage and discuss relief efforts. They have pledged immediate aid and long-term support to help residents rebuild their lives. A 56-year-old laborer of Belvedere Quarantine, Berbice, was found dead at his home on Sunday. The man has been identified as Imran Kadir, also known as Shotput Shoulder. Police report that the incident occurred sometime between 11:30 a.m. on November 1, 2025 and 9 a.m. on November 2, 2025 at Belvedere Settlement. A 32-year-old carpenter, also Belvedere Settlement, has been arrested and is currently in police custody, assisting with the investigation. Neighbor Kemaraj Ganput recounted what he saw at Kadir's home.
This morning, people were there, got carried on the road, and tell me we come across. So I went across, and we see the man flat on the ground.
You saw any injury in his skin, or like he was in blood?
Yeah, blood there if you want, blood there for the man downstairs, everything, if you go in.
Ganput continued describing the situation when he discovered the body.
And that was around what time this morning you saw the body?
About 8. I can't remember what time we go across it because 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock time, so something like that.
Police continue to investigate the circumstances surrounding Imran Kadir's death. When we come back, a hero's welcome for Ghana's world champion, Rosanna Fung. West Indies star Chanel Henry gears up for the Women's Big Bash League. And India erupts in celebration after a historic World Cup win.
Your business is built on hard work, vision, and the drive to succeed. At GBTI, we understand what it takes to grow. That's why we offer Grow, a small business service designed to help your business expand, adapt, and reach its full potential. From new opportunities to new milestones, we're here to support you every step of the way. Grow from GBTI. Progress starts here.
You're watching Night News on 6 at 6. Thanks for staying with us. Rosanna Fung returns home to a hero's welcome after making history on the world stage. Fung was welcomed on Saturday evening at the Chetty Jagan International Airport after being crowned at the International Fitness and Bodybuilding Federation World Championships, part of the Binias Classics in Dubai. Fung is the first athlete from Ghana to win a World Championship title, taking the top spot in the wellness category. She expressed deep gratitude for all the love and support she's received.
This entire experience has been overwhelming. It's something that I've been working towards for years, and to see it come to life in the way that it has is just a dream come true for me. I couldn't do this without the support, and the government has been such a big support for me. So I want to thank you guys so very much, as well as the support of my family and all of my sponsors.
Minister of Culture, Youth and Sport Charles Ramson Jr. was among those welcoming her home. He praised Fung as an inspiration to young athletes across the country.
The muscles that you displayed in Dubai does not display the strength and perseverance that you possess inside. And you are now an inspiration to all Guyanese, but also for all young girls across this country.
Fung's victory is not only a personal triumph, it's a proud moment for Ghana, marking a new milestone on the world stage of fitness and bodybuilding. West Indies all-rounder Chanel Henry is ready to make her mark in the Women's Big Bash League with the Brisbane Heat. She is determined to live up to her big hitting reputation while keeping in mind her fellow Jamaicans recovering from Hurricane Melissa. The 30-year-old says she draws inspiration from Jamaica's sprint legends and cricket greats like Chris Gayle and Andre Russell, and hopes to follow in the footsteps of Hayley Matthews and Deandra Doughton. Having once balanced cricket and track and field, Henry chose the pitch, and it's paid off. In 2024, she recorded a strike rate of 155.95 across T20 tournaments, ranking third among batters with over 300 runs. Henry now joins Indian star Jemimah Rodriguez at the Heat and believes India's recent World Cup win will give women's cricket a global boost. Though she admits West Indies cricket is facing challenges, Henry remains confident in his comeback. The Brisbane Heat, last season's runner-ups, opened their campaign November 9th against the Melbourne Renegades at Allen Border Field. India's historic Women's World Cup triumph in Navi Mumbai brought the city to life as Harmanpreet Kaur lifted the trophy before thousands of ecstatic fans at the D.Y. Patil Stadium. A brief rain delay could not dampen the celebrations, which continued past midnight amid jubilant crowds and police-managed chaos, the BBC reported. The victory, sealed by Deepti Sharma's decisive wicket against South Africa, marked India's first World Cup win after 3 previous final defeats. While the triumph is a major milestone for women's cricket and could inspire long-term change, it also highlighted ongoing challenges: poor tournament organization, venue concerns, and persistent societal barriers faced by women and girls in India. Shefali Verma's journey, once forced to disguise herself as a boy to train, symbolizes both struggle and hope. The success, coupled with the growth of the Women's Premier League, promises greater investment and opportunities for future generations. Still ahead, Britcham teams up with Maxi Priest for Jamaica relief. The U.S. ramps up its Caribbean presence, and China makes large soybean buys from Brazil. Welcome back. Bridgecham Ghana partners with Maxi Priest to support Jamaica's hurricane recovery. The British Chamber of Commerce Ghana has teamed up with the international reggae star in an effort to rally businesses and individuals across the Caribbean, the UK, and beyond to support rebuilding efforts on the island. The fundraiser will be held during the Bridgecham Ghana Business Forum and Networking event on November 6th at Chelsea's Football Club Stamford Bridge. Highlights include a live charity auction, exclusive memorabilia, and cultural performances. Bridgecham Chairman Faisal Khan said all proceeds will go directly to organizations coordinating relief on the ground in Jamaica. Maxi Priest has said he's honored to help, adding that music and unity have the power to heal and rebuild. In international news, the United States military is revamping a long-abandoned Cold War base in Puerto Rico, signaling preparations for sustained regional operations that analysts say could support potential missions inside Venezuela. A Reuters investigation found crews clearing runways and adding facilities at the former Roosevelt Roads Naval Base, closed in 2004, along with upgrades at airports in Puerto Rico and St. Croix, both about 500 miles from Venezuela. Satellite imagery shows new tents, radar systems, and mobile control towers as U.S. expands its Caribbean presence. Officials and experts say the buildup could bolster drug interdiction or prepare for future military actions. Since August, the U.S. has deployed warships, a nuclear submarine, and advanced aircraft to the region, its largest mobilization there since 1994. While Washington frames the effort as countering narco-trafficking, the moves have heightened tensions with Venezuela's Maduro government and drawn attention to renewed U.S. power projection in the hemisphere. Finally, this evening, Chinese importers are snapping up Brazilian soybeans as prices fall amid expectations of renewed U.S.-China trade. Traders say at least 20 Brazilian cargoes have been booked for shipment between December 2025 and July 2026, with South American beans now cheaper than U.S. Gulf supplies. The shift follows a new agreement between President Xi Jinping and Donald Trump for China to expand farm trade, including buying 12 million tons of U.S. soybeans this year and 25 million tons annually over the next 3 years. However, traders remain cautious as Beijing has yet to officially reduce tariffs on U.S. imports. Chinese state-owned food processing holding company, COFCO, has already made small purchases from the latest U.S. crop, while soybean futures in Chicago rose nearly 1% to a 15-month high on optimism that Chinese demand will soon spread across both American and Brazilian markets. And that's all for this edition of Ignite News on 6 at 6. For more stories, visit ignitenews.com or follow us on social media. Thanks for watching. I'm Rihanna Nakram. See you tomorrow for more Ignite News.